Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. I'm Hashim Ali Khan. This is the last video on decision analysis in financial decision making tool. After this, we'll start the problems on this topic of decision analysis. Last three videos I have explained you in detail regarding what is CVP analysis, break-even analysis, what are the different concepts like contribution, PV ratio, margin of safety, break-even point. Then last video I have explained you about the different types of costs. Now in this video, important concepts which will be asked in theory. Apart from that, these concepts will be used in problems also. But from theory point of view, very frequently in examination they will ask you the concept. What do you mean by key factor or limiting factor? What are make or buy decisions? What is plant shutdown or add or drop a product, sell or after further processing, or lastly special order pricing? These are the topics which I am going to explain in this video. So if you want the perfect knowledge, watch the video till the end. Don't skip in between. If you have not watched the earlier videos, I suggest you go to the playlist of my channel. Select the subject financial decision making 2. Select the videos, first 3 videos. Be perfect about this CVP analysis. Now before explaining about these concepts, take the screenshot of the points which I have written on the board, then I'll explain every point in detail. Now, first of all, key or limiting factor. This concept is very important in examination. So, key or limiting factor. Every business will be confronted with one or the other factor which limits the activity of the business. Actually, the objective of the business organization is to maximize the profit. In order to maximize the profit, all the resources should be used in an unlimited way. That means there should not be any limit on all the factors or all the resources. But no business we can find where every factor is unlimited. There will be some factors which limits the activity of the business, due to which the profitability will come down, the production will come down. So that is called the key factor or limiting factor. Now a key factor is that factor which puts a limit on the production profit of a business. Any factor which puts a limit on the production or profit of the business is called the key factor. So key factor, limiting factor plays a very important role in decision making. One of the objective of the business enterprise is to maximize the profit. See here, this topic of key factor, limiting factor is very important because almost every business organization will face this situation of key factor or limiting factor. The objective of the business is to maximize the profit. This could be done if the enterprise employs all its resources to maximum quantities of products that will yield the highest contribution. That means the factors of production are material, cash, resource, financial resources, labor activities and machinery. All these are the resources. Can we use unlimited utilization of all the resources? It is not possible. Some of the resources we cannot be able to fully utilize. Now, key factor is that factor in the activities of an enterprise which at a particular point of time or over a period of time will limit the volume of output. So, any factor which limits the production or output of the factor on a particular period of time or during a period of time, that factor is called the key factor. Thus, key factor puts a limit on production and profitability of the business. Examples of key factor are limited material. If a business is having plenty of labor, plenty of cash, plenty of machinery, everything, but material is in shortage. So material will limit the activity of the business. The material is the key factor. In some other organization, labor, limited labor time. We don't have unlimited labor time. In some of the business, they have plenty of material, they have plenty of machinery, plenty of money, everything, but labor time is limited. The labor time is the limiting factor or key factor. Manufacturing capacity, financial resources, etc. So any factor which puts a limit on the activity of the business, which limits the production or profitability of the business, that factor is called a key factor or limiting factor. Next comes make or buy decisions. Very important concept. It may be asked in theory question. What is make or buy decision? In many organizations are confronted with the problem of whether to make the component or buy it from outside. That means all the components which are used in production will not be made by the company itself. Some components can be bought from outside. So the business has to take the decision, should we make this component or is it better to buy the component from outside? That decision whether to make it or buy it are called make or buy decisions. So here sometimes in manufacturing companies a problem may arise as to whether a component or product is to be manufactured within the organization or to be purchased from outside. So now the business has to compare what is the cost of making the component and what is the supplier price. If the supplier price is lower than the cost of production, then it is better to buy it from outside. If the cost price is less and supplier price is more, then the business will go for manufacturing that component. Now make or buy decision is simply the choice between making a part or article within the company or purchasing it from outside. Two alternatives are there. The company has to choose any one, whether to make it within the organization or buy it from outside market. This decision will be taken by comparing the variable cost with the supplier price. How to take this decision, make or buy? Simply we compare what is the variable cost of making the product and what is the supplier price. Remember, fixed cost will not be considered as it is irrelevant in this type of decision, because fixed cost has to be incurred whether we make it or buy it from outside. It's a sunk cost. It is already the cost incurred in the past. Now by taking a decision, the cost cannot be changed. That's why this fixed cost will not be considered. Only variable cost will be compared with the supplier price to take this decision. Next concept is plant shutdown. Sometimes the management of a business concern is confronted with the possibility of temporarily shutting down the plant, shutting down the business, closing down the business, or due to some situations. The reason for shutdown may be trade depression, seasonal product, or cutthroat competition, etc. These are few reasons why the plant has to be temporarily closed, shut down. The differential cost analysis will help the management to solve this problem. Now the decision has to be taken whether the plant should be continued or shut down for a temporary period. This decision can be taken by the management by making differential cost analysis. Now, this type necessary to take whether. Now, in general, as long as the products sold recover their variable cost and make a contribution towards the recovery of fixed cost, it may be preferred to be operated and not shut down. So, what we have to see whether the variable cost can we be able to recover or not. If the business can be able to recover the variable cost and some fixed cost also can be set off, then it is better to continue the product. The plant should not be shut down. Next is add or drop products. Similarly, multiple products. A company manufacturing multiple products, they have to take the decision whether a particular product should be added or a new product should be added or existing product should be dropped. So this type of decision is called add or drop decision. If we use differential costing as the basis to provide the right product mix. So we make differential cost analysis to take the decision whether a new product should be added or an old product should be dropped. If an existing product is dropped, it will lead to reduction in sales as well as reduction in variable cost. If the existing product, one of the product is dropped, then our sales will come down and also the variable cost will also come down because we are not making, we are dropping the product. There can be some saving in fixed cost. Some situation the fixed cost may also be reduced to some extent. However, it will free up capacity that can be used to increase the production of other products. When we drop one of the product, there is a possibility the capacity will increase, released. That released capacity can be used to make a new product. Thus, we need to decide whether the benefits of producing other products exceed the fall in the contribution from the product being dropped. Now we have to compare whether the contribution from the new product is more than the loss we are incurring by dropping the product. By making this cost analysis, we can be able to decide whether a new product should be added or an existing product should be dropped. Next comes sell or further process. That means a business is confronted with a situation where the product can be sold in between at the intermediate stage without further processing, or the goods can be further processed and sold. So this decision has to be taken by comparing how much cost we are saving by not making further processing and what is the selling price. So the decision to sell a product at a given stage or process it further depends on the concept of incremental cost. That means the incremental cost is the additional cost that needs to be incurred to process the product further. Incremental cost means the additional cost incurred in order to make further processing. So we have to find out what is the incremental cost if we make further processing. That if further processing results in extra benefit, that means greater revenue, which are more than the additional processing cost, then we can process the product further. So we have to compare what is the additional revenue we are going to get and what is the additional cost we are going to incur. If the benefit is more than cost, we suggest that we have to process further. If the costs are more than revenue, we sell without further processing. That is the concept. Last concept is special order processing. Many a times, a business will get a special order from a special customer. Now we have to give a quotation for the price, at what price we can be able to sell to a special customer. For example, we are selling the goods in domestic market. Now a customer has come from a foreign country. He wants that particular unit at a lower price. Now the management has to decide that at what price we can be able to sell to this foreign customer, because it's a special customer coming from other country. So we have to compare, we have to find out. We cannot fix the same price what we are charging in the domestic market. Now we have to find out what is the lowest price at which we can sell to this special customer. That is called special order pricing. Fixing the selling price of a product, particularly when a special order is received, is very critical function of the management. So giving a special price for special order is very critical. This is because special order requires special price. Whenever special order comes, we have to give a special price. If the price is not acceptable to the customer giving special order, then the order is lost. If we reject that order, then definitely we will lose the business. We will lose the order. Hence, management are willing to quote a lower price for such orders. Normally, for special orders, the management will quote a lower price. Now, however, two things that must be kept in mind before quoting a special price. Whenever a special price needs to be quoted, two things we have to keep in mind. The first thing is the price must still result in some incremental profit to the business. If we accept the order, we should not incur loss. We must have some incremental profit by accepting the special order. That first point. Second point, the special price should not impact the regular price at which the product is being sold in the market. Presently, we are selling the goods in the domestic market at a particular price. That sales in domestic market should not have any impact on accepting the special order. That means there should not be any effect on the domestic price. So these 2 points have to be kept in mind while making this special price for special order. So these concepts, what I have explained in this video, these concepts will be used in the problems, coming problems. Next video, I'll start the problems on CVP analysis. Apart from that, these theory concept will be asked in examination. So if you are satisfied with my lecture, give a like to the video. Share my channel among your groups, among your friends, so that more students can watch the video and enhance the knowledge. Give your comments. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. And lastly, buy the super thanks which is given below my video. Inshallah, we'll continue the problems on CVP analysis in the next video.